Hey guys, it's always a pleasure to have you here. My name is Mbasi and you're welcome to my YouTube channel, My Life as If this is your first time joining me, you're absolutely welcome. If you've been here before, like I always say, you know how we do it. So today I'm just going to be going straight to what I want to talk about, and that is things not to do in a relationship, things to avoid, things to look out for, things to expect in a relationship when you're dating a guy, kind of guys to date. I mean, it's just, I'm gonna be throwing it down on you guys, like I'm gonna be throwing it real down. So this has to do from my, I'm gonna be like, it's literally from my own experience and things I wish someone had told me while I was growing up. So these are just things, I mean, like these are things that are so fundamental, especially if you're in the dating field, or maybe you're like in your early teens, or you know, and you're just, you know, like trying to start dating and all of that. So these are the things you need to look out for in a relationship. And like they always say, a word is enough for the wise. Don't repeat the same mistakes I made. And listening to this video, and you could save it if you want to, I mean, just for future reference. And so that's just it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you'll be alerted once I put up a new video to talk about other issues that are also related to what I'm going to talk about now. So let's just get to it. So things not to do in a relationship. Do not cook for a guy. Do not do wifey shit at girlfriend price. So do not do like wifey shit at girlfriend price. And what does this mean? Like, it means that when you're in a relationship, do not try to like be the wife. Don't cook, don't clean, don't do laundries, don't do anything, don't go to the market, don't do nothing. You are the prize, and you always have to remember that. You always have to see yourself as that. It's like a mindset. I know most of us, like, we grew up to see the men as a prize, and most of us have been brainwashed to think that we're not the prize, but we are the prize, and you always have to see yourself as the prize. So do not do wifey shit at girlfriend price. Like, don't do anything. When you lay on his bed, don't stand up and try to cut to like straighten it up. Don't just do nothing. You're just there to enjoy yourself, and he's there to serve you. You get? So enjoy yourself and don't do wifey shit at girlfriend price. So number 2 I would say is I actually have like 2 more. I mean, things to look out for is do not listen to what a guy tells you, especially the first couple of dates, or probably the first 3 months of the relationship. All you're saying is just an illusion. So it's not even real. Like, he's just showing you a part of himself that doesn't even exist to him. So do not believe the words of a man. Couple of dates, a few months, and look more at his actions. What is he doing? How is he treating me? Like, what is he doing to make me happy? What are the things he notices about me, and how is he, like, look out for what he does. Let's say 80% actions and 20% words, because you still have to listen to his words, because some words carry like hidden truths in them, especially when he says it in the couple of dates and he's just saying it jokingly. Just take his words with a grain of salt, but also do not dismiss everything. You have to be very smart when you're dealing with men. You have to be very watchful, and just be observant. Let him do more of the talking, and just listen. And be a pretty girl, just sit down listen to what he has to say, and he's gonna reveal his true intentions even without you having to do so much. So listen, girls, and watch out for actions, because a guy can be dating multiple girls at a time, but it's going to be very difficult for him to put in some certain amount of work. You get, like, flowers and taking you on the dates and trips, traveling and all of that. So you have to look at his actions more, because words are so cheap. I mean, they're like the cheapest things ever. So more action, less words. Listen to me. Next thing I'm going to talk about is dating a brokey. Do not date a guy that has no money. I'm not going to, like try to make it sweet, or try to, don't just date a broke guy. Don't date a Dusty. A Dusty is someone who literally hasn't started life and he's still struggling. He's still in his struggling era and still confused. Doesn't have a career, doesn't have, a high paying job or business, any of that. How is this Dusty or Brokey gonna provide for you? And you're a brokey and like you're watching this video, you know that the girl you're with right now is not your dream girl, like that's not what you really want. So most times these guys that are trying to make it in life will look for a girl to build with them, to do the whole 50-50. What are you bringing to the table? If you meet a guy and he asks you what you bring to the table, what do you tell him? You bring absolutely nothing to the table. In fact, nothing. You're not a waitress. If he's looking for someone to bring stuff to the table, you should probably go to, a restaurant and go and look for a waitress to bring stuff to the table to him. You're not a waitress. You bring absolutely nothing. You bring yourself. You look pretty. You look nice, and that's enough. So those are the things to watch out for, especially like on a first date. You listen to, I love, if you're with a guy and he starts saying, I really like a girl that does 50-50, or I pay for this date, next date, just run girls. He's gonna waste your time. And don't be Barbara the builder. Don't try to build with a man, because when you build with a man, he's gonna leave you for his dream girl when he finally has the money he's looking for, when he's finally attained a certain level of success and wealth. Look at all the Hollywood celebrities, and you notice that the women that started up with them, they are nowhere to be found, because they don't match the image that he has right now. Like the image he now has, he needs a pretty girl by his side, not a pretty girl to struggle with him, pretty girl just to be pretty, to stay at home and look nice. If you notice, even if you look at all these luxury cars, have you ever seen look at the kind of girls that are in those cars? They look really classy and high-end girls, so don't be a pick-me girl. Don't be pick-me-sha. Let me use the word pick-me-sha. Don't be a pick-me-sha. Don't be pick me. I am the one to grow with you. I'm gonna do this with you. I'm gonna build with you. Because at the end of the day, he's not even gonna be attracted to you, especially if you were with him when he just started and he's trying to build his life and all of that. He's going to end up going with a younger girl, someone who literally has no idea how he suffers, because even when he looks at you, he associates you with his struggle. You get where I'm coming from? It's almost like he's going back to when he was struggling and all of that. So avoid guys that don't have money. I know you might think I'm mean, but I'm trying to help you. I wish I knew this. I wish I listened to those that warned me while I was growing up. Avoid guys that do not have anything to offer you. What did I say? Avoid guys that have absolutely nothing to offer you. So do not give your money to a man. The money you want to give that man, invest it in yourself, or give it to your family or something if you don't have what to do, or give it to a charity, but do not give it to the man you're with, because men are providers. They love to be in charge, they love to provide, they love to be the ones to take care of their women and all of that. So if you as a woman gives a man a certain amount of money to start up a business or stuff like that, this is literally a true life story about a woman. I think I met her somewhere. I traveled somewhere and she told me the story of how she helps this young man grow, and at the end of the day he said that he just didn't feel like a man. So this man would always look for a younger girl to give the money you've given them. Why? Because they want to feel like a man. They want to give the girl the money and they want the reaction of, oh my god, thank you so much, you're my hero, you're this, you're that. They want to feel like a hero. They want to feel like, I feel in every man, even the gay guys, inside of you is still a need to be a man, to provide, especially if you're a straight guy. Inside of you there is still this innermost need to provide. So you even being with a woman who is doing these things for you, deep down you have a certain level of resentment towards her, because you're like, why is this, why does she have to be like the breadwinner and stuff like that? So just avoid all those stuffs and don't give a man your money, because you're making him lazy. I mean, he's a man, he has to hunt. Men in those days had to hunt, had to provide. It was like, I mean, the men of these days are so lazy that they can't even stand up and do anything, even for themselves, because, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna go next, gonna, you know, go to the next thing I want to talk about, and that is do not chase a man. Do not call, do not, I mean, even if you've made the mistake of sleeping with this man, don't start asking what are we. I mean, just move on. Don't try to chase a man, because women were not meant to chase. You are the prize, so you have to carry yourself as such. You need to see yourself as, you know, as the prize that you are, and don't chase a guy. Even if maybe you made the mistake of chasing him, just withdraw. You need to create space. Listen, men fall in love in absence. Do you understand? Men don't fall in love in your presence. They fall in love when they are not even with you. Women fall in love between the ears. Whatever you tell a woman is what she runs with. But a man falls in love in your absence. So the more absent you are, the more, I mean, you're talking about like chasing a guy. So don't chase a guy under any circumstance. Even if, you know, like you made the mistake of, you know, like having sex with him and all of that, you know, initially, and then you started chasing him. Because the thing with men is, this is almost like science. A man sees a woman and he runs after her because most of the times it's his testosterone that is doing the running after you. Do you understand? So for the guy to even fall in love with you, it takes space, it takes time. Do you understand? And then the testosterone starts to reduce, and then it's gonna be replaced with serotonin. That is, he's going to enjoy your presence. So now when he's with you, he's not just thinking about sex. He's actually enjoying you, enjoying your presence. Do you understand? So that is why, and it takes a couple of it takes about 3 to 4 months for a guy to, I mean, for the whole phase of sex drive, testosterone and all of that to clear from his eyes, and for him to actually see you as a woman and not just, you know, a hole for him to put his ding dong in. So next is do not date one guy at a time. What did I say? Do not date one guy at a time. Do not put all your eggs in a basket. Do you understand? You always need to have my quotes. I've used this quote for about 5 years. I think, like, from when I started, you know, getting smart. I've used this quote, and the quote is, one man is equivalent to none. 2 men is equivalent to maybe. 3 men is equivalent to maybe 1. Date 5 at a time. When I say date, I'm not saying sleep with them. Go on dates, talk to them, visit, but you do not have to sleep with any one of them. Just have them, because you just can't have one. Anything can happen, and you always need, like, you know, like someone to fall back on. So you need to have like 5 men at a time. You could go higher than that. You're just dating, you're not sleeping with any one of them. So, and also in your 20s, don't try so hard to, you know, to do the whole one boyfriend, I want to walk there, I have to make this relationship work. No, your teens and your early 20s should be for, you know, just testing the waters, trying to see what you like. Is this what I want? Is this the kind of man, you know, just, maybe you're with a guy and he wants you guys to be like exclusive. Listen, there are only 2 things involved. You're either single or you're married. Every other thing in between is just, I think men actually invented the whole dating phase to deceive women to have their body in the whole game of, oh, I'm dating you, blah blah blah. You're either single or you're married. So if this man says, oh, you have other people, I want to be exclusive with you, I want you to be my girlfriend, you tell him, I see no ring on my hands. Look at this. Nothing. So unless he puts a ring on your hand, you are single and allowed to do whatever you want to do. What did I say? Single and allowed to do whatever you want to do. Relationship is just a phase. It's nothing. you're just getting to know someone, so there's no essence of tying your whole life. These are things I wish I knew while growing up, which, well, now I know and I'm still growing up, and I would never repeat the same mistakes again. So have as many boyfriends as you want to have, go on as many dates as you want to go to. It's not that serious. Even in your 30s, you don't have to, unless guy is married to you, you're single. So next, don't express your emotions too much, especially when you're like dating. Don't try to be too emotional and all of that. Hold yourself. And also, when you're dating a guy, most times you could just pretend and be vulnerable and see how he's going to react. Like, just be vulnerable a bit and see, oh, how is this person going to react? So try to like control yourself. Don't be too mushy, don't be clingy, don't be needy, don't be too, just learn to be by yourself. Learn to go on dates alone. If you feel sad or lonely, or you just need someone all the time, learn to be by yourself. Don't be like Jennifer Lopez. She seems not to be able to be alone. I mean, it's like she's going from one mind. It's like she's afraid of her own company. And like, there's some people like that can't even be alone. Like, you notice, married today, married tomorrow. One guy, I don't think he has ever had like a period of 3 months where she was just alone. So learn to be by yourself, so you don't always need validation from others. I think that's just it. You need to be assured by yourself. You don't need to get validation from others to know your worth. So don't be too clingy, emotional, and other things. These are things I wish I knew. The more you're clingy, the more he runs. The more you're like sure of yourself, the more he's like, why is this girl not even all over me? Why is she not calling me?